Hey guys, what's up? It's Jackie here. Welcome back to my channel. The Boops are here with us today, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I do my contour routine. I've been getting a lot of DMs and a lot of questions on the daily asking me how I do my contour, my everyday makeup, face makeup routine. So as you can see, I already have my eyebrows and my eyes done. So let's get right on to the face makeup. Okay guys, so step number one is always to prime the face. You want to give yourself a nice smooth canvas to work with. And speaking of canvas, I'm going to use Touch's Silk Canvas. I don't really have a dry face, I don't have an oily face, but this does have kind of like an illuminating effect. So it's more for like dry skin. If you have dry skin, I recommend this one. If you have oily skin, I recommend you use something that's a little more matte. So yeah, so I'm just going to get a glob of this with my nail, like about this much, and rub it in all over the face. I don't really worry too much about the forehead because my pores don't really like show up there, and my makeup tends to go on very smooth up there. Oh, I missed a spot. Several spots. So once the face is nice and primed up, I go ahead and grab my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matchstick. And this is obviously it's a stick foundation in the shade Classic Ivory. It's a drugstore product. It's very affordable and it's medium coverage, I would say. But since I really go in on my contour, I really don't mind using like a medium coverage because I used to be like a full coverage type of girl. But that's just too much product for me on my face, and it tends to make me break out. So next I'm going to go ahead and grab my beauty blender and just like wet it a little bit, make it a little damp because it helps spread out the product a little better. And then of course I'm going to just blend in my foundation. And see how it's such a nice, gives you such a nice, you know, smooth coverage. As if you're wondering what this lighter shade is, I carved my eyebrows, so that's another step. You want to carve your eyebrows with like a brighter concealer after you do your eyebrows, if you do your eyebrows, because if you don't, then it's really hard to blend the foundation into the eyebrow lines. Next, we're going to go ahead and conceal, and today I'm going to use the Kylie Cosmetics concealer in the shade Bone and Stone. I'm just going to like mix both of them. They're very similar in color. I think this one's like a little darker, but not so much darker. So yeah, we're going to go in with this. The reason that I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics one is because when I posted a picture on Instagram, a lot of people were like, oh my god, what makeup did you use? I feel more so than other days. So I decided to go ahead and, you know, do it exactly how I did it then. See, these shades are very, very similar. Down the nose and on the tip. So that's where I like to apply the concealer. And once again, you're going to get a fresh beauty blender. Or I'm going to get, but if you're following at home, get a fresh beauty blender. And you want to damp that one as well. And when you're blending it out, make sure you start from the bottom. Always start from the bottom and work your way up. And just kind of do like tap, tap, tap motions. Look up, because if you don't want to get it on your waterline or on your bottom lashes, look up when you get to that point. Because trust me, it will happen. If you're not so into like having so many bright areas on your face, you really don't have to highlight all these areas, but this is just like my routine. Now another thing that I do is I leave the concealer on my nose until after I contour it with a contour stick. So now we're going to go ahead and set that in, and today we are just going to use, we're just going to use all Kylie, and this is the shade Yellow. And normally I like to have a brighter under eye, but I tried this yesterday, and it worked. It wasn't really, didn't really give me any flashback or raccoon eyes, and it looked really nice. So we're just going to go ahead and keep it one color today. Now if you have oily skin, I recommend you bake, but if you have dry skin, you don't really have to bake too much, maybe just a little bit of powder, and you'll be good to go. So next, let's move on to contouring. So for contouring, I go ahead and I grab my my matchstick by Fenty Beauty in the shade Truffle. And I grabbed this BH Cosmetics brush, and this is like 141. And yeah, it's just like a basic drugstore brush. And I'll go down the side of my cheekbone very lightly, just like one tiny swipe, 120 swipe. Don't make it so thick. Do not go like straight down because it will blend out really, really weird. And then for the chin, I just grab some like that, and it's okay if you put it over the powder a little bit. It helps not make that portion look so white, and we're going to blend it out, of course. And then for the nose, I just go light, one tiny line here. The nose is like the hardest part with this. I wish this stick was a little thinner. So I kind of make like a little, I guess you could say like a little rectangle around this concealer. And then I just do like one light line. And then I either go in with this to blend it out, or this tiny little beauty blender. And then I get the beauty blender, and then I go ahead and start blending out the concealer so the contour doesn't look so harsh. That's why I like to wait, let it sit for a little while. Then I go back with the BH Cosmetics brush, and I just reinforce it a little more. Now it's going to look really dramatic right now, but we're going to set the contour. So now we're going to blend out this contour here and here. And it's okay if it starts wiping away the setting powder. That's actually a good thing, so it doesn't look so white. It looks more natural. If you blend up into the setting powder, it looks a little more natural that way. I also like to put a tad bit of the matchstick on my forehead, but I like to be very, very careful. Just like that. And let us wipe away excess powder with another BH Cosmetics brush, just a big round fluffy brush. And you just wipe off all the extra powder. And then we're going to grab with the tiny part of the beauty blender and go over that harsh line on the nose contour, just down the side, just like that. And we're going to let that sit while we go ahead and bronze. Now for bronzer today, I'm going to be using the Morphe bronzer in the shade Debutante. I got this in BoxyCharm. Highly recommend BoxyCharm. I will link my referral code down below because I'm a beauty guru and I have a referral code. So I like to go just like that, and I'm using another BH Cosmetics brush. This is the 134 brush, just like small little round brush. I like to use smaller brushes for the bronzer because I feel like I have more control of where I put it. I don't go so crazy with it. On the chin, and then a little on the forehead. Okay, so now we can go ahead and swipe off that extra setting powder, and now the nose contour doesn't look so crazy. And then you can just use this brush that you use to wipe off your setting powder and just go over your contour just to make it look a little more natural. And then we're going to go ahead and set our whole face before we highlight. So I'm using the Morphe setting spray, continuous setting mist, excusez-moi. And I think I'm going to go for like just like a regular type of highlight and lip today. So for the highlight, I will be using the Artist Couture that I also got in my BoxyCharm subscription. And this one is called Purple Dream. It's a loose highlighter. so it's like can get very messy. So I'll grab my highlighting brush and I'll dunk it in there, and there's like a lot of product on it, so then I'll just like rub it around the cap and dust off all the excess, and then I'll go in. It's very pigmented. And on the other side. It's like pinkish purple, but it's cute. So that's what I use. I don't want to make a mess. That's what I use for my cheekbones, and then for my nose, I use this Estate. It says Estate, and then it says Do Me. I guess this is like the collection of highlighters, and the name is Pearl. It's like kind of subtle, and it just looks like, gives you like a wet look, and that's cute. And I like to highlight my nose to make it look even more small, to make it look a lot smaller than it is. Just put a little round dot at the tip of my nose, and then I go down the bridge of my nose, just like that. And then I'll just like blend it out, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the face makeup. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished off the look with a lip. Of course, it's not a full face and makeup without your lipstick. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below on your thoughts and techniques that you like or disliked. What kind of videos you like to see in the future. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on my other social media handles. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at ASAP_JACKKKK 4Ks, and my Snapchat is Jackie Robles, JACKIEROBBLAZE, Jackie Robles, all one word. Until next time, guys, adios.